I'm DDK, this is James, and we have ourselves EnVyUs versus Kinguin about to come up here. The maps are Dust 2, Cash, and Train. Interestingly, Dust 2 has been chosen this time, not by EnVyUs, but by Kinguin, and Cash is chosen by EnVyUs. What do you make of it? And
we're seeing Train as a decider once again. And why is that? Because it was the decider for the last one. And I feel like maybe people are just trying to veto against the other teams. It's like, whatever, you know, who's left is left. And it's
everyone Train knows how to play Train.
Run and throw smokes. Yeah.
Throw smokes, run and play.
So for those of you who are hoping to play with us during the last break, my apologies. We were unable to get to the gaming computers because there was a meeting. So we couldn't play. But following this best of 3, we will try. No promises though. Yeah, it's Kinguin and EnVy have been playing matches all evening, and they will be coming in hot. Kinguin, I'm sure, have had warm-ups, maybe some scrims earlier on, so we'll have to see if that provides any edge. Now, obviously, you mentioned before on Dust 2, it's a map where EnVy have recently changed their layout, and I have to wonder if Kinguin have had enough time to prepare for that, or if they prepared for the old EnVy layout, because again you had NBK long, now you've got kioShiMa long, you had SmithZz, now you've got shoxy and NBK B, and you have Happy as the primary AWPer, where it was before it was SmithZz or shox. So it's just so much different here on Dust 2. Although they would have seen him, hopefully they would have seen it for them. Hopefully for them they would have seen EnVy playing Dust 2 earlier, so they would have had some inkling as to maybe what to expect from the side. How do you feel about this?
Well, they have also a super fast rushdown style that they've been creating as well, with of course like lots of grenades to support it, lots of strategy behind it, but it is a very fast rushdown kind of play where they overwhelm their opponents very quickly. And if NBK doesn't get the entry, you've got kioShiMa to basically entry afterwards to get the frags in. If kioShiMa's going to be failing, well, there's still shox, SmithZz, and Happy all left over fragging basically. So it seems really difficult so far. We haven't seen it across a bunch of top teams just yet. I mean, we initially saw the start against Gplay. We thought maybe EnVyUs is just playing this way against Gplay because it's Gplay. They feel like they can just overwhelm them with skill. But we saw it against SK as well, the newly picked up SK lineup. And I'm curious, and I guess Kinguin, as far as the matches that we would have seen on Faces TV, they would be the best team so far to test that rushdown style to see how it actually works out. And I'm very, very curious indeed. Now, who is going to start where? Looks like our CT for EnVyUs again. And
so how are we going to pronounce this name today, Dan?
What?
How are we going to pronounce this name today?
What? SKYTTEN?
Yes.
SKYTTEN?
What's the deal? You speak to Swedish people more than I do.
I don't ask them these things. I did actually try to. I asked, what is her official position at Titan? Is it like some kind of manager?
Me? What did she say?
She said that, well, she said just to call it, she's a CEO? Oh, COO, she's a COO. Yeah, she tried to help us, me and Vincent in particular, but it just didn't work really.
I thought you were actually going to suggest,
it didn't work.
Provide the pronunciation.
No, it just didn't work. Therefore, we just kind of gave up.
Me?
She said just.
It's hard enough to pronounce her name.
Yeah, her name's really hard to pronounce. So she's just like, just call me M.
Okay, anyway. EnVy versus Kinguin. So it's going to be EnVy starting on the CT side after winning the knife. And we're going to have Kinguin with 3 people heading over towards the tunnels. With Fox hanging out around along, and Maikelele keeping an eye, so Rain hanging out along, and Maikelele just having a look for any people pushing double doors. No. They're going to rotate as the B bomb site has been completely lost here for EnVy. They are miles away from the site itself, apart from shox, who's going to have all the information. He's finally going to get spotted here and pop Rain in the face.
What is this? Oh, that shot from shox was absolutely nuts. Incredible stuff. And he waited, bided his time, and he went in. That was beautiful. He even picked up all 3 kills in the end. That is something special from shox.
So much info for his team. And he was just there, just bearing witness to the T's. Feeling like they're in relative safety, and then crushing them. From the back.
I just realized.
What?
Very quickly, is that M is basically like the money penny of Titan. Gives all the orders. Name's M.
Okay.
It all lines up.
I suppose so.
Alright, so we had the force up here from Kinguin. And they are looking to get some cat control, perhaps into some picks on A. They already got a tag onto NBK, so kicking things off well. And We know how dangerous Kinguin are as far as individual skill goes. They have some really good individual players, so this is a really cool test against EnVyUs.
Tentative stuff there. Kinguin will wonder if they stay there too long after they came in, but Rain is going to find the scout onto Happy. Smith's got the shooting gallery going on, but he's going to back up as there are multiple guns headed his way. And if he keeps control of Long while his teammates rotate, then they will have an easier retake of this. Again, they have the superior weaponry, although Rain doesn't think so. Another headshot for him onto NBK this time. Bomb planted for short. No smokes on the NV side. They're going to need to clear this up now.
Yeah, they've got to get someone to stick on the defuse right now as they go for this and just rely on shox to pick up the kills. And actually, Rain is not in a position to do anything about this. So despite that excellent entry and getting the bomb down and 3 kills, they won't get the round. But still, great result for them. And they may force it up here to really just press into the wound that they just freshly opened onto EnVyUs. And basically try to just stop them from ever getting any economy going. But they're actually going to save here, largely speaking. 50-50s. Rain keeps the scout, but otherwise a save.
So we have some creeping around the long door. Bomb carrier is going to be in lower tunnel with his teammate. So we could have, let's see. They don't have the range in the CT area to find any frags here. No one's playing B slope at the moment. So they'll find no engagement there. They're going to leave Maikelele there and opt to maybe try and find a flag onto Happy, but he's got himself a 1 versus 1, and that flash has come in. They're so good, it's on the NV side, in supporting a player who's heavily extended with the flashbangs. And look at that clearance from Envy.
That's so insane.
It's insane. They have such an aggressive position on one player, but he rarely ever gets traded because they have that timed pop flash coming in. So as the opposing force are hungry for the frag coming around the corner, they just get completely blinded and just wiped off the map there.
I love that almost cinematic moment as well at the end where Happy like goes back in, like jumps in almost like Supermaning him with the 5-7 to pick up the last kill. Cinematic stuff. And yeah, really cool. That's actually something we noticed from their previous matches. Just amazing flash work. Gonna have an opening from Rain very quickly into the rounds onto NBK, the dedicated B-man. So now shox can't really do much to support middle. He's gonna be purely on B at the moment as NBK is down. And that forward smoke that we saw thrown through B tunnels by the terrorist side, that is kind of a posturing towards a push into B, because you can kind of move behind the smoke. So the shox has had to go close to the smoke here. And they are actually going back. Having killed NBK, looking perhaps to once again press on the weakness and see if they can get themselves in that B tons area. And shox is not on the best position ever for this.
I don't know if they only had one person firing the gun there, but maybe they were suggesting that there was just a lurker towards B and everyone else was elsewhere. But it's going to be 4 coming through the tunnel, as Dan mentioned there. shox is in a position where he can use that box to get himself multiple 1v1s, but insta trade coming in. The lurker is taken down. That's going to be screened by SmithZz, but this time they are firmly in control of the bomb site. SmithZz coming in to try and keep control of the tunnels while his team go for the retake. And Fox won't find the frag. He's almost going to get sprayed down there. And the trade coming in, Fox going to take down SmithZz. So 2 versus 2 now as they focus their attention towards the wall going into B. And now Happy has the angle on Fox. And Fox doesn't know if the defuse is coming in or not. He gets snapped by Happy. Again, he's having a whale of a time AWPing people on this map, Dan.
But as far as the war of attrition goes, Kinguin have been doing so much damage repeatedly, getting the bombs down repeatedly. Another buy will surely come in. And we can see that the money is starting to dwindle, is starting to wane away here for EnVyUs as they spend everything to get those weapons back. And we'll have to see now if Kinguin can make something of these investments prior by actually taking around and forcing the eco. That would be so nice for them. But
they are very much lacking in nades. I wonder if they're going to have an execute in mind relative to these nades. 3 smokes, Molotov, and a flash. Or if they are going to go for the picks, who knows? We'll have to see. Could go for a mid to B smoke, either to push B or as a fake. They're sending Scream out. They're sending out the Sentry. He is the Dalek, Dan. The Belgian Dalek. Looking for some frags. And he heard the sound cue of the flash coming in. shox, he thought he was safe, but Scream is going to get the better of him on that occasion. That's a problem with pop flashing yourself around corners. It gives the sound cue away, and the sound cue will kill shox in that occasion.
And this is Kinguin's individual skill coming into play here, going for a very raw push into the bomb site. Again, low amount of grenades, but it's not going to matter when they have a man-up advantage. And they're connecting with the bomb. With the bombs? With the shots, James. Throwing bombs at them. Got NBK moving up from CET, but this is a very unfavorable engagement for him. We've got a couple players above, and Rain will easily finish him off. So this is the perfect round here for Kinguin to win, as they have done so much damage consecutive to the economy of EnVyUs. And with kioShiMa left alive, I'm not sure if they'll find him or not. He might be able to keep this weapon alive, but I don't think that will really bother Kinguin all that much, to be honest. And again, just to remind people, this is actually the pick of Kinguin, despite the fact that we've seen EnVyUs in multiple matches picking this map against teams. Kinguin have decided to pick into EnVyUs with this Dust 2. And well, you can see why. Well,
they have aimers as well.
Yeah, they have really good aimers. That is definitely a very strong reason. Fox is a fantastic AWPer. You got Scream, you got Rain. Maikelele is a very good rifler as well. I always felt like he was better as a rifler than an AWPer. I guess it depends on the role.
So we have the fourth from NV, 4 rifles, the 5.7 on NBK. Happy, of course, on the AWP once again. Very limited grenades from the side. Scream showing why he's regarded as a top-class aimer there, although shox does find a trade. Minute plus for Kinguin to cause more problems for this side. Only rifles remaining now for NV, as NBK has gone down. So we're going to have a triple peek in the mid area, maybe expecting the AWP to be there, and they want to trade, but regardless, they will trade on SmithZz. 3 versus 3, and NV are going to force a push in A, and after seeing the info in down mid, they may get a rotation there. More trades coming in now. You have to favour Kinguin in this situation, as they have control of the bomb site with the 2 versus 2. So there will not be a frag as anyone crosses the crack in the door. And it's just for Kinguin to make sure they have all their backs covered. Flash going over the wall there, but kioShiMa, oh, he's going to get the jump on Fox, who runs in with a nade in his hand. He's leaving Maikelele in a horrible position, and he's only got 6 HP as well. Finds the first frag onto kioShiMa, expecting the trade coming from B slope. Indeed it does. Happy with the AWP. Will be enough to get the job done there. So I think Fox felt like he had more time than he actually had. Going into B tunnels, giving away the free kill.
Yeah, I have to say Happy's on the AWP has been really looking very, very, very comfortable in a more dedicated AWP role instead of the secondary AWPing that we've seen very commonly from him.
Been very consistent so far.
Yeah, he really connects a lot of these shots just very, very with a high percentage. And going to have NBK at the usual shenanigans. And we'll have to see if they are going to fall to this. Gets a shot off, but not a connection. There we go. Really good position here. And of course, just abusing the jumping hitbox, which is a little bit broken, but they will still eliminate him only at the cost of some tags and Maikelele's life. Now, that is a good situation for them now because they've got the bomb down on Scream. And still plenty of nades to delay their opponents on the retake. If we quickly check the money of EnVyUs, we can see that this is not a situation where they want to go for this. They need to keep these weapons alive. If they can actually save these weapons, they can actually get another buy going in the next round. If they, of course, lose 1 or 2 of these weapons, then the situation is significantly worse. Kinguin have to hunt all of them down. They have to get at least a couple kills here from under these EnVyUs players. kioShiMa is going to be the first point of contact. 4 players moving against him. This is going to be pretty tough for him.
I mean, he did get a lot, though, because they're heavily tagged.
What's that extra peak there? That's crazy.
Yeah, well, he's done damage as well. 2 will survive, but the money of Kinguin is also ropey, and those will be some extra guns, armor and nades that they'll have to buy down to. So if they were to lose this round, for example, then they'll be in a crappy situation as well. So all to play for here in round 8.
Oh, Happy is given the AWP to SmithZz, in fact. So this is an interesting change, and it's because he's not got any armor, and having an AWP and no armor, of course, there's no difference there, really. And Happy will pick up the AWP now, so they could actually gamble him in.
Armor won't matter when you take 448 damage to the face.
Indeed. Yeah, I mean, that's so smart there, because it's
I think he might have just thrown it
gamble.
to him. I think he might have just thrown it to him to take the peek in mid.
Yeah, exactly. Just take the gamble. That's actually so smart. Because it's not like he's got any investment there anyway, so let SmithZz do a SmithZz. Maybe he'll deliver there. But he didn't this time, James. He did not deliver this time.
Looks like Kinguin are looking to looking for safety in numbers here. Coming out of long like the flip mode squad. And we have the full rotation from EnVy, so they have made the correct read in this situation. kioShiMa are going to try and get some information in short, should any be required. Slowly but surely, Kinguin edging, but again, this is one of those situations. I think Dust 2 is not as bad as other maps, but still, 40 seconds remaining, and they still need to clear the site. They've got all the numbers here, though, so it should be a lot easier, but it's going to be EnVy to get the first frag. Scream going down to NBK. Now we've got 25 seconds left on the clock, and they need to find a safe area to plant in. Happy is just waiting again. Now he's going to come out, and that's going to be a very important frag for EnVy. If they had chosen a safe plant for that was blocking from long as well, and Happy got a frag there, then maybe they lose the round based on time. However, they find the right angle, and they find the round.
EnVyUs find themselves with no monies. Well, they just need another eco, and then they can go for the buy. So Deagle on kioShiMa and shox as well. So I have to see if they can do any damage with that, but it wouldn't look super good for them. We have the double AWP coming out. Maikelele, the secondary AWPer, Fox, the dedicated AWPer of Kinguin.
Uh-oh, shox in trouble here. Doesn't get tagged though. That was the purpose of the Molotov, was to in that situation you are forced to jump and you can be shot over the top of the box, but they won't find a shot there, but he goes down anyway. Down to NBK to try and hold here. Wasted a little bit of time, but not enough. Happy could get a sneaky frag if he runs out when the plant goes down, and indeed he's not even going to wait for that. He's going to hear the player running and go for that very same frag. The frag he will find, so the damage has been done there. 2 plays remaining. Maikelele with a sneaky flank, and this is going to be... Oh, SmithZz is going to turn around, or is he? Okay, that could have got a bit awkward.
That was quite funny. That's a really nice play there from Maikelele. He's going to get a lot of extra money there, $1,500 in addition. So kioShiMa looking for some exits now as well. They can buy in the next round, but Kinguin is starting to develop some nice momentum, and they got the double AWP rolling in. So we might even see the double AWP coming in onto EnVyUs. Typically, that's a good way to deal with this kind of play. Maybe give an AWP to shox or maybe SmithZz. shox is a really good and consistent defensive AWPer on A, but he's been playing B recently, and Happy's been playing towards A. So
yeah, but shox. I was speaking to SmithZz in Kiev, and he said that shox wasn't happy with his consistency with the AWP, so the plan was to put him B. It didn't come in for a while, which is why I never mentioned it on stream, obviously, because it's their private info. But now you can see that the change is in place. That is why he is not AWPing as much as he used to, at least on Dust 2.
Yeah. Actually, it's something awesome with how versatile Happy is, because you always want to put players in roles where they're comfortable, and Happy seems to be able to fill roles so easily to allow the versatility, or at least the options for his teammates to have more freedom on what they want to do, which is actually so cool in an in-game leader. Or I'm not sure if he's actually leading at the moment. Of course, shox was leading for a while, but they might be back to him now. I don't know. I'll have to try to get that info, or tweet it to me if you know, if you're up to date with that, because they were changing it about quite a bit. But we have just only the single AWP, and they're playing a much more passive round. They are allowing map control to go to Kinguin, and they are ready to receive them on the various positions. This is the very super safe standard setup, but they haven't pushed any players, the cap player, down towards, or the second long player, down towards mid, which is usually the variation we see commonly. But they are super safe against the A split here. So do have 2 players still on long. They're looking to actually move the bomb through there as well. If SmithZz can actually do the damage here with the help of kioShiMa, they might be able to pull this off. Will they look for SmithZz in time? He'll get both kills. There's another one coming. He's going to get that frag as well, surely, but no, not just yet. There it is, though. Bomb will go down to SmithZz, and that is an excellent play, leaving just Rain alone on the A site, and he will be sprayed down long range by NBK, and that is so cool that they kept 2 players on long, and it was not expected.
Yeah, but, it's a weird situation where somebody looks at a corner, but they're not really checking it. Like, he's moving it away from the corner before he even registers that someone's there, because he's used to someone not being there, and that stops him from being able to take a duel there properly. Yeah, and then he has people with AWPs going in afterwards, which is just a less than ideal situation, to say the least. One
of those conditioned things where you're so paranoid about the pit angle. You're so paranoid about that there's more angles to the right than there are to the left.
Of course.
And they've already feel like they cleared the left, maybe. It's one of those really weird, horrible, hard spots. Maikelele will take down Happy, though, so that's going to be pretty nasty for EnVyUs here. They don't want to get money screwed after winning one. This could go badly here. They could lose their lead in this round if they are not able to bring this back here to a victory, as their money will be in tatters afterwards. You can see they spend up everything. Just got Famas. We're going to get the fast play up catwalk. Hard times now for EnVyUs. They got nobody on A.
They do have a flank from short, though, coming in slowly but surely. That's going to be kioShiMa. If he can get there fast enough, if the other players can run distraction, then everything could change. He's got to push that smoke. He might be expecting someone to potentially be holding an angle behind it. And in fact, Maikelele is going to either hold an angle or pick up that AWP, but he's not going to get there in time. Now, the fact that kioShiMa has control of short would make the retake easier, but he's been taken down.
And shox is waiting for his teammates as well now. So what can they get done here? They're going to go for this. Looks like they are trying to get themselves in there, but they're starting to lack time. They both have kits, but they'll get eliminated, losing their respective individual angels. And 6-5 is the score, as we see that the money is broken for EnVyUs, and they are looking at a double eco here. There is not anything else they can do. They have to double eco. This really sucks for them. Yeah,
the money's varying between $1,400 and $3,000. So this is going to be the ropiest situation for them. They'll still go for a standard setup. Maikelele getting a tag through the corner of the wall, but he needs to be careful now that he doesn't get overwhelmed by people pushing with pistols. He will have support from a rifler, though. In the meantime, Kinguin just holding down all parts of the map to make sure that these aggressions are stopped. NBK spotted, Screaming down to 1 HP, and now it's an awkward situation. Screaming will pop his head off, though, despite only having 1 pixel of health. Had SKYTTEN come in to try and make the save, but he got popped. kioShiMa and SmithZz remain, and again, Kinguin just holding aggressive parts of the map down. Rain holding short, but again, he's going to want to put a bit of distance between him and these dodgy pistols. Now it's just kioShiMa in lower B, and Scream's all the way here, as you can see, max range, just making sure that their CT will not sneak up against any of these players. You can see that laser going straight through the B tunnel, and Scream will pop him as well. Surviving with 1 HP is going to be very important for him, and we are into the last 3 rounds, and still the EnVy money is pretty bad.
The thing that we've noted from the EnVy games so far is been that even if they have like a relatively even CT side, it's really their T side that is dangerous. That's where they make all the rounds, make all the crazy plays. So I think they're going to be fairly comfortable to pick up maybe, you know, 7-8 rounds here if they're able to get there. But of course they're going to likely lose this one as they are quite far behind. But we'll have to see. You know, you never know with these guys. But the play into A long now as Fox will chase down kioShiMa, find the frag, and EnVyUs now looking slowly but surely at some extra jewels to see if they can get the advantage back, or an advantage in the first place. Oh, SmithZz is going to find a close range headshot. He even stole away the AK there. Oh, and we're going to get a tag through the door to take down SKYTTEN. And EnVyUs, all of a sudden, man up advantage. The pressure's on, and it's chaos, chaos, and more chaos.
Right, so Kinguin expending the Molotovs they have. There's still 1 more Molotov in the bag, and hopefully for them they can make good use of that. But hopefully for EnVy they can put a stop to them. They're going to go with an assault from various directions, putting most people in CT spawn as they feel like short is going to be a problem for them. The boost attempts coming up, and they're pretty much getting cleaned up single-handedly from Fox. Rain coming in for the last guy as well, trading onto SmithZz. And Kinguin survive with 2 players. We are headed into the second last round of the first half, so all the players lost won't mean that much. It's all about winning the rounds now for both these teams.
Yeah, it's all back onto Happy, so a very important one for EnVyUs to win if they want to have a buy into the next round, of course. As they don't have any money, spend everything there. So as part of the strength of Kinguin has been actually finding some of these early picks and entries because their individual players are so good skill-wise. Scream and players like Scream and Rain definitely delivering there. Now, just playing the basic map control plays at the moment, just keeping someone in dark, moving up towards the catwalk, trying to entry a little bit into mids, and keeping the obscurity high for EnVyUs. EnVyUs have no idea what they're going to do, but they're playing the normal setup. This time, actually, do they have 3 in B? I guess they must have 3 and B. Yeah, they got 3
They
and
do,
B.
yeah.
Someone hidden in B there. So this is a bit of a gamble here from EnVyUs, leaving a weaker A defense in favor of a gamble towards a super strong defense if there is a B split, which there very well might be still.
Okay, so we're going to see the numbers emerging on short soon, and the fact that nobody is peeking them from the A site may give an indication as to where Happy might be. That is also a hard position to flashbang. All these new situations where you flash short from long, etc. That position is one of the ones that avoids all of that. So the trade coming in now. They still got one person in long, and there's Maikelele. He's waiting for the rotators to try and go to short. Long gets tapped down by a scream, of course. And EnVyUs are very limited in their approach now. They've pretty much only got slope. It's 3 versus 2 as the trades are coming in. But again, this is pretty much a shooting gallery. They're in the pit with the Bears, and the Bears just ate Envy in that round. Yeah,
such strong individual skill. This is one of the reasons why Kinguin are a fearsome team. Got top aimers from around Europe. And 25 indeed on Rain. He's absolutely beasting in these rounds. And we're going to see...
We've got Screamy, Maikelele, and Rainy. I just noticed.
Foxy.
We don't have Foxy.
Whitney? No. Shox going to go for the aggressive push with Balance. All picks up the frag onto Whitten. And I have to see if they can find something else going here into upper dark. They're actually going to smoke it off and control upper dark, throw it away from the terrorist control. But this little guy in T-spawn, he might actually be able to pick up a frag. It's actually Maikelele with the AWP, so that is scary indeed. They won't actually challenge the angle, which is smart, as they will fall back in. Nobody on A though, still playing that 3 towards B setup, and it could again cost them if Kinguin keep the pace on high, and it looks like they're doing that as well. Moving the bomb straight away into that site for the plants, as Kinguin have even a couple players to try to get frags on the rotation. And EnVyUs are being very slow about this, considering the fact that this is the last round. They 100% are going for this.
Yeah, so rather than trying to push up long, they are going for the lurkers. 2 lurkers taken down, and now it's a 2 versus 4 all of a sudden. So Envy making what looks like the right decision here. They don't have a kit, however, so it's going to be down to Rain to slow down 4. We'll see what he can do. He's heavily tagged. He's got Molotovs coming in and multiple weapons headed his way.
Oh, I was going to say no one had a kit there, so actually that was kind of important smoke. Really important smoke.
Ah, shox must have picked one up on the way. Presumably dropped by Happy, so that's very important. Otherwise, they weren't going to win that round.
Yeah, and that difference could be very, very important. We're going to see now as we go into the second half. Did EnVyUs win the... Yeah, they did, because shox got that amazing 3 kill on the pistol round. I remember that now.
He savaged them, Dan.
Yeah,
he savaged them.
That was really nice.
There's no warning.
So one thing actually is that EnVyUs, I think today have won all pistols but one half. Every other pistol they have won. So can we see that happen again here? Because they have are showing some great consistency there. It's no surprise because they have, again, such great... Like, all of them have such good aim. But now they're against Kinguin, who themselves also are ridiculous with pistols. Absolutely nuts with them. Especially Scream, of course, most famously. And, well, we'll have to see what happens here. They're going to go for any kind of a proactive place, any cap pushes, anything like that. Some teams are liking that on CT side, getting the aggression to in dark, lower dark, for example, to get early info as to what's going on. But we will get a cap push indeed from Kinguin.
Okay, so ruthless aggression coming in from the multinational side. Happy getting taken down straight away, but he will have a bit of information for his team who have pranced into the B bomb site. Somewhat unchallenged. All the Kinguin players outside at the moment, one rotating through towards the B tunnel. NBK with a very sneaky angle, which may not be checked straight away. Oh, that's just dirty.
It certainly is. Really smart play there by NBK, using the burst so well. And they are cleaning up house again. Great pistol round from EnVyUs once again. And this was, okay, it was great, you know, good individual skill, but it wasn't really that alone which proved to be, you know, effective here for EnVyUs, that proved to win the pistol round for them. It was also just smart play. Great position from NBK, just straight up good trade game on B.
If I'm not mistaken, that jumping Glock is a known issue with the Glock, that it's accurate when you jump like that. I think it's the height of the jump, or?
I think it was also like that in 1.6 or Source. I think it's something to do with the burst. I don't know.
I think the first shot was a single shot, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it was a single shot.
I'm sure there are people that know this that can correct us. Hopefully, please
Please.
Please correct us.
Please.
We don't want to be ignorant fools.
Okay, so we have a little entry into mid, trying to find someone. Someone has been found. That's will they survive. Had the flash coming in, which is going to afford Scream one. Oh, Scream! Hello! Gets the knife. Bit of, that's 2 knives for Kinguin so far in this round. Sorry, in this match. However, they're at man disadvantage. Bomb has not gone down yet. Kinguin positioning themselves potentially to try and pressure once the bomb attempt goes down. And this is surely not going to be a good duel for Rain. kioShiMa coming in for assistance.
Translate, James.
He said, sorry, bro.
What is before that?
Plus de balle. I don't know. My French is not that good. So I have no idea what balle means.
Très mauvais.
What?
This is very bad.
Pardon?
I said it's bad. Mal.
C'est quoi ça?
Très mal.
C'est quoi ça?
Très mal. Okay, so another good round here from EnVyUs. It was EnVyUs that got the knife, right? Since knife.
No, it was Scream.
Oh, Scream got the knife.
Scream does not play for Envy. Scream plays for Kinguin.
Sorry, so but Smith went for the knife as well.
At the back box, the headshot. I think an Envy player may have gone for a knife in the headshot. Or if you mean by the window.
Yeah.
All I saw was
pulled out knives.
All I saw was the blade.
And the knives came out.
Of Scream.
Ooh, that looked close. Oh, that was right on the mark.
Ask and you shall receive, says SmithZz. Respecte-moi, s'il te plaît.
Maikelele had like the apple on his head, but SmithZz just shot him in the face, James.
Game of Thrones style.
Okay, so we have shox going to get flashed in here. MB King. MB Craigasm. Making a good entry here as well for his team. So really easy cleanup here. Not much to say about that really, but just...
No, tell me more, Dan. You need to expand on all of these points.
Good shots. Good shots. Good fight. They moved their muses very correctly, James. In a phenomenal fashion.
Mices.
So there's precision.
Kinguin on the buy now. Fox on the AWP. Nades are limited for the team. Going to use that HE rather than the smoke to get past that middle area without being gapped. But SmithZz is still rocking the scout only.
Oh no, James, the smoke is down. What do we do? It has been smoked.
Pop flash is coming in, so I think it's going to be NBK. It's going to be
they're going in.
Oh, they're going in, and well, they're going to eventually make their way in. The scout from SmithZz, that is just absurd. Such good movement with it as well. 3 versus 3. Kinguin looking for the retake. shox looking for the flank. He spotted one player and gonna snap his head off. Now this is the interesting thing, and this comes into the meta here. We've got shox continuing with the MP7, and because Kinguin didn't have much money, they skimped on their helmets.
Yeah.
Which is why he gets one tapped straight in the jaw, and he's dead.
Yeah, that's a really big deal. Yeah, no, it's definitely a really powerful reason. Another powerful reason to keep the MP7 in.
And they probably knew that they wouldn't have the money to buy helmets there as well. And then you have the moving accuracy of the MP7, which is a massive plus. So shox can just keep running around and shooting these guys in the head.
Yeah, but it's one of those things really. Some teams will just always buy the helmet for some reason. It's really weird. There are spots where it makes a lot of sense not to. Sometimes it's a hard call. This time it was, I think, a pretty hard call because
they had no choice because they didn't have the money.
Yeah, definitely. It's a pretty hard call indeed. So lots of cash here for EnVyUs, and we're seeing the dangers of their T side, but we're gonna have the full buy again from Kinguin, even though they don't have enough for full rifles. They got a mag, a couple FAMASs. Here we go. Scream gonna get flashed in there. Nice stuff. Gonna pick up the kill onto shox. Trade comes in though onto Rain. Scream's still alive outside though. Managed to keep himself in it at the moment, so they can retake the site together as a team. But Maikelele might have trouble with that mag 7 of his actually doing all that much. We'll have to see if that can actually work.
Kinguin just waiting, and they're being smoked into oblivion at present. 2 HEs, 2 flashes remaining for NV, so there'll be no more smokes. All Kinguin has to work with is one flashbang. They're just going to charge the site. Safety in numbers, man disadvantage now, evening things up, but it's Fox versus 2. He's going to try and retake it with an AWP. Both players are over towards B. He's not going to find the first shot. Happy will bet to him with a moving 5-7. And NV take another round. So will Kinguin continue to force here? Or are they going to eco and get the full buy with all the nades, etc.?
He just gave the AWP to shox. Okay, shox is going to throw the AWP away to Happy again. So Happy gave the AWP to shox, and then shox threw it back to Happy again. So I'm not sure if they had a bit of a...
Maybe it was for him to throw to SmithZz, because SmithZz was behind shox.
Yeah, I wondered that as well.
So he had a good spawn for B, so maybe he wanted to try and get an early pick on the B bomb site, but they opted for mid instead. Don't know what's going on there. SmithZz looking for the two-man spray, but NBK will steal the second one. Happy still just hanging around in T spawn. He could get surprised here, but his aim is looking pretty damn sharp with that AWP, it must be said.
Yeah, it's looking really, really good. We always knew that he was a great AWPer, but he only ever showed a great AWPing from very specific spots, like for example, short on Mirage or Monster Tunnel on Overpass, like really specific spots. And he wouldn't really delve into much more than that or expand his decision making on the AWP. But now we're seeing him do all of that, like looking at every position on the map, finding awesome shots from all over the place. And the Kinguin back in with the buy. Double AWP, Fox and Maikelele in with the AWPs. They are 3 rounds away from EnVyUs just taking map number 1, so they need to get something going, and now is the time.
So we're going to have the pop flash thrown in by SmithZz, and going to have the numbers game from Envy in long, and there's only one person to defend that strain. He is also flashed. He goes wide to look for the information. He's not going to find a second kill. He will tag Happy and cause a rotation here. A full rotation indeed. That's going to be an important frag onto short, and they're going to move back. Good thing they did as that nade comes in. And again, this is a situation where we saw from Vox recently, where they would peek someone on long and then come back and face with multiple people, but they didn't have to put up with Molotovs and multiple smokes as well. So it's going to be hard for Kinguin to use the numbers. Numbers have been lost. It's only 2 of them versus the 3 of Envy. Maikelele trying to get a sneaky frag there, standing on the box. That's going to be a nice tap onto kioShiMa, but this is a desperate situation here for Kinguin. Whitten still looking for the remaining players, but Happy's just waiting on the flank, and Maikelele is sure to go down to SmithZz. Indeed he will. 1 versus 1 now. Whitten needs to find a frag here. He's got the M4. He's got a little bit of an advantage here. Going to use the pistol to finish things off. An expensive round for both teams, but it's Kinguin who increased the numbers.
And there's loads of cash on EnVyUs, and they got the bomb down to boot, so they are not going to sweat it at all. It's actually funny that you mentioned Vox there, because I was exactly gonna make a similar point at that. Their EnVyUs' new rushdown style reminds me of what Vox showed everybody at Gfinity, which was that a very fast game style with incredibly well-refined trading, just the trading dynamic in taking positions as Ts, is insanely effective against everyone if you have the aim to back it up. And SmithZz is even going to get picked there into long. That is beautiful. They may have spotted the players, but what are they going to do about it? How can you stop 4 guys by yourself? Fox is there with the AWP, he's going to have to fall back, but this is going to be a hell of a task to hold them off.
That nade literally did 100 damage on the bone. NBK down to 48, Happy on 52. We'll see if they can get tagged later on, or if Kinguin will even have the numbers to try. At the moment, it's 3 versus 5 here, and they're going for desperation. Oh, that's going to be a nice spray down, could potentially get 3, and they will have no more flashes or nades to do that again, but they're still going to continue to peak with the numbers. Only shox remaining now. He sees 1, but doesn't want to reveal his position. As far as he's concerned, Maikelele is a guaranteed death, and there it is. He wanted to use his position to find out the locations of more of the players, maybe get a quick 2 frag, but with 45 seconds left on the clock, he will reset his position and head towards long. We'll see if Screamy can hear him approaching.
He's made this so doable now, getting that quick frag, 1 versus 2, much easier, but Scream will get the shot with the AWP, and that'll be that. And that's actually will always be the most dangerous thing when you're on long is those pop flashes in from crossover from the CTs. That's like one of the most dangerous things
they
as
are
Ts.
Very dangerous.
It's the easiest way to lose that. In fact, it's the most common way to lose a strongly favorable position there. So very well done by Kinguin, because they needed that round badly. But we can see that EnVyUs still have so much money. It is absurd, to be honest. And they're going to be able to get all the nades here. And they're just playing a much slower round at the moment. They've taken cat control. So again, they've got a guy up at dark and towards A-long. So they can do anything right now. And Kinguin, they're trying to find out. They've got a guy on CT, 2 in B, and 1 on long and 1 on the crossover. So they have the default 2-3 variation going on here.
Alright, so Kinguin trying to figure out exactly what's going on. Bit of pre-fire from Scream in case there was a push coming, but again, it's Envy with the concentration The heat map is concentrated in the middle area for now. Just waiting. But it looks like they're due to start soon. Kinguin starting to make a rotation. You can see people moving around in CT spawn. And NBK is pushed through, looking for a frag, but Scream is just about going to get the better of him with only a few bullets left. That's going to be a nice flash. SKYTTEN's going to get the info. Bomb's gone down as well. 2 people on the platform left to find, and Happy will get taken down along by Rain. So shox and kioShiMa are going to get the plant, but they have double the numbers against them. And they only have a Molotov and kioShiMa and not much else going on.
kioShiMa looking at making some good frags here, but he won't get anything done in the 1-on-2. Very well done by Maikelele there. So another round won by Kinguin, another expensive round, but another bomb down as well. EnVyUs racking up the consecutive round loss bonus on top of these bomb plants and on top of the bank that they'd already grown. And so I don't think they're in any dangerous position on the money just yet. I think it's going to be a while before that happens. Indeed, 3 of them with 10k, 1 with 6.5. So yeah, they're not looking too bad there. And they can even drop an AWP if they want, but they might go full AKs just to until they do have the 5 loss bonus. It makes the most sense, I think, because it gives them an opportunity to always have buys. If they go for ops now, it's going to be not the case. They're still actually in spawn. They're going for the port. Ah, okay, there's a crash here, and we will crash as well. So that's fantastic, James.
All the crashes. Show me more crashes.
I don't want to crash. No crashes.
Love good crash, Adil.
So it's looking like Kinguin are pulling this back at the moment, but as we saw, lots of money still, so we're going to keep getting the buys from EnVyUs. And it feels like you never know what kind of round they can win, because all it takes is that one entry into like A long or even into B or into mid, and then chaos happens because they hit positions so quickly from that point forwards, from that first opening. So that's what I'm going to be interested to see, like where will the openings be, and I feel like A is something that's been working for EnVyUs specifically.
Yeah, I feel like it could go either way here in this first map. Obviously, Kinguin are on a deficit. Envy have more money, so you'd probably favour them, and especially how proficient they are at destroying CT setups. We've seen it already today. We've seen it all week, really, from Envy. So, but I feel like, you know, Kinguin's still a new team, a team early in their development, but they're already looking a lot more solid than in their initial matches, which is no surprise.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
No surprise. But they're coming along fairly well. So apparently this might be a bit of an extended pause. Once again, guys, make sure you follow the channel, as we are very close indeed to 550k followers, at which point we will be giving away StatTrak Knife and the Bison, signed by Get Right. But it might be time to cut to a quick break while they fix the issues that were there with that crash.
All right, well, guys, we'll do that then. We'll take a quick pause ourselves, and we will get back into the match as soon as we can. And if not, there'll be some information to keep you guys updated. So, well, we'll see you very shortly, hopefully. Okay, back in the match, guys. Sorry for the delay, and sorry they were in the middle of the round, but you've missed not all that much. Apart from a couple of frags coming in here from Kinguin. Make that a third one. Fox is going ham at the moment, but he will be eliminated finally by NBK. But he's left happy in a 1-on-4. Gets the first frag, but that's it. Going to have an almost even situation here now. EnVyUs 13, Kinguin up to 12 now. And the buys can still roll on in for EnVyUs. They will have buys probably for the rest of this half, likely, if they are getting the bombs down. Because if they get the bombs down, that is going to be $4,200, including the 5-round loss by bonus. Oh!
Wow.
In the face.
Fox, please.
That was risky, though.
Fox blocks.
That was very risky of shox, though.
Let's make that a thing. Fox blocks.
Fox blocks. He shoots the shox.
Shoots shox.
That's very risky because they know that they have enough for AWP. Going down suicide with no smoke, it's risky. And no cover. It's risky. Risks were had, but Fox is going to maybe find SmithZz. SmithZz is looking for an entry. Ooh, that's a lot of damage there to Fox, but he will survive. And Catwalk is under control of EnVyUs, but they're down a man.
Okay, I don't think that's a smoke trick. I think it's just a smoke, which can suggest that he has moved over to blue. So makes things scary for Kinguin. Have to look at another different location. But Rain is ready and waiting. Gets traded by NBK, however, who, again, you can see he moves his spray over, looking for a trader himself. Left with 15 HP. kioShiMa going to snap Fox. SKYTTEN needs to be careful here, as kioShiMa will bring down the hammer on a Jack in the Box. 3 versus 3, and kioShiMa still finding frags here. Scream going down. Long firmly in control of EnVyUs at the moment. Maikelele again evening things up. No smoke for a defuse here for the CT side. And this is pretty much an impossible crossfire for the CTs. Maikelele thinks it's short, but no, it's slope. Trade's coming in, and oh, if he got around the corner, maybe he could have tried to go for the defuse there, but NBK is going to be ready and waiting. 15 HP will be enough for him to find a frag, for him to take EnVyUs forward to round 14. And
this could be game now, because EnVyUs are going to be up against a Kinguin with no money. That is a really bad situation for them.
They're playing for OT, it seems.
EnVyUs were doing so much damage on every round that Kinguin were winning, that they just don't, as soon as they lose one, they just have nothing left to spend. So gonna have to rely on some lucky and favorable engagements using the natural choke points of the map to their advantage. But Dust 2 is a map that pistol rounds are very hard to win with, because there's so many open areas that rifles just reign supreme in. And if you use your utility well and you trade well, as we can see EnVyUs doing, there is not a lot of hope here. We got a couple flashes though on Maikelele, as he can make the pop flashes happen potentially. NBK going to take down Scream, and it's going to be just a couple players left now. So EnVyUs will be indeed going up to 15. And as James said, it's going to have to be about the overtime here for Kinguin on their choice, Dust 2.
Yep, so formality of a round, and EnVyUs are on game point now. So, Kinguin, last chance to win, must win every round to take this over to overtime, which would be MR3 16k, which means 3 rounds aside, $16,000 per person. But first they have to get there. Going to be lacking helmets again, but there will be no MP7s in this round, just full AKs here for the French side. Scream reduced to a FAMAS, and again the nades are lacking as well for Kinguin. Will not have as many smokes as they would have liked. Flashes neither. So they're firmly in control of long for now. Again, EnVy with 3 people at the bottom of mid after a number of fellows going through lower tunnel. Heading up towards short, leaving Happy on the lurk towards double doors. Where is this then?
It is the wall of smokes execute. Get all the smokes getting dropped here, but actually they're leaving the sites not completely covered here, because they are worried about the guy on Goose, and you can just pop out and kill him, hopefully, and stop that delay of the bomb plant, if that's what the play is to be from SKYTTEN there. But he does get eliminated. Rain, though, coming back with 2 straight away, and that's going to make things a little bit harder for EnVyUs here. Happy, though, on the lurk, able to pick up one of the rotating players. Screen goes down, but still, Rain is alive, and Maikelele is in for support from CT. But this setup here from the terrace is quite good, actually. Happy in a nice position, takes down Rain, and it's just Maikelele with the shenanigans here. Jump AWPing is not going to pan out, and he will get eliminated. 16-12, we will have the victory there of EnVyUs in map number 1. But we have another map to follow. It's going to be Cash. And I have no idea what to expect from Kinguin on Cash. I know what to expect from EnVyUs on Cash, though.
Yeah, but
Ruthless aggression.
But we don't know what to expect from Kinguin at the moment on any map.
That's
fairness.
true. Yeah.
But it was a good showing from them on Dust 2. Again, it shows great progress as well from when we initially saw them. More coordination from their team, and a very good showing, especially against a dangerous Envy, especially on Dust 2, where they have found a new identity. Yeah,
they're improving all the time. And actually, the stuff that we saw that's different from EnVyUs on Dust 2, also Cash, they have a lot of differences too. So very interested to see what's going to happen there. So,
we have just been told by Producer East that we have hit 550,000 followers.
Where are the streamers? Where's the confetti? Where are the streamers? Where's the confetti?
We are the streamers.
Where are the explosions?
We're streaming, Dan. We're live. So, we're going to raffle a knife off right now. Subscriber only raffle. After that will be the Bison. So, get your subscriber on, and should we leave Producer Reese to choose something? He'll probably call it Producer Reese.
I don't know. Do you remember once or twice, James? We're like, hey, let's do a raffle. Producer Reese sorted it out, and then there was no raffle.
He just did a raffle.
Actually,
let's call it James' knife, since it's my knife. I'm going to name the raffle after me. Okay, guys. Outro, Dan. Outro.
What do I do, James?
See you after the break, guys.
Thanks.